Okay guys, day 4 for Unit 10. Today we're going to use functions in the real world again. This is one of the tougher questions of the year because there's a lot of steps involved. It says a trainer for a professional football team keeps track of the amount of water players consume throughout practice. The trainer observes the amount of water consumed as a linear function of the temperature of that day. The trainer finds that when it's 90 degrees out, the players consume 220 gallons of water. So when it's 90 degrees out on this certain day, they consumed about 220 gallons of water. When it was 76 degrees out, they consumed 178 gallons of water. That seems pretty clear to me. The hotter it is out, the more water you're probably going to drink, especially when it gets to 90 degrees and you're playing football. But we're going to write a linear function to model this relationship. So first thing we need for a linear function are some coordinates. So I'm going to use the information that I just circled above and write coordinates. When it was 90 degrees, because it was 90 degrees, these players consumed 220 gallons of water. When it was 76 degrees, these players consumed 178 gallons of water. Okay, so those are the two coordinates that we could use to represent the information, cause and effect. Because it was 90 degrees, the players consumed 220 gallons of water. Because it was 76 degrees, the players consumed 178 gallons of water. So it's cause, effect, cause, and effect. So I'm going to use this exact same thing that we did earlier in the unit, or last unit, to write a linear function. First step, find the rate of change. So we're going to do change in y over change in x. So I'm going to take 220 and subtract 178, and then I'm going to subtract 90 minus 76. Okay, and I'm going to get 42 over 14, which is 3. That tells me the rate of change is 3. Now remember, we need two things to find a linear function. A linear function is the same thing as a line. We want it to look like y equals mx plus b. We just found the m. M is 3. We still have to find b. We find b by using this equation, y equals mx plus b. So I'll write this over here, y equals mx plus b. We're going to plug in 3 for the m, we just found it. For y and x, I can choose which ones I want to use. I'm going to go ahead and use the 90 and the 220. I know that 220 is my y coordinate, 90 is my x coordinate, and I'm looking to find out what the y-intercept is, b. So I've got 220 equals 270 plus b. If I scroll up here and subtract that 270, I'm going to get negative 50. So I have negative 50 equals b. So there's my y-intercept. I now have my y-intercept. I have my slope up here. So my equation for part A, even though I'm writing it down here, we wouldn't have much room, is y equals 3x minus 50. That's my linear function for part A. Part B says explain the meaning of the slope in the context of this problem. What is the meaning of this 3 here? What does this mean in this question? All right? This means that for every 3, hang on, we have 3 over 1, right? So every change in y, so every temperature degree, we drink 3 more gallons of water. So there's 3 more gallons of water because it's 3 over 1. So it's 3 gallons of water for every 1 degree temperature raise. So every time the temperature raises 1 degree, according to this linear model, the players are drinking 3 more gallons of water.